Very good morning, children. Today we will see the next chapter from part 1, that is vectors. You are very well known with vectors from your physics second chapter. So we have learned there are two types of quantities. One is scalar, other is vector. I hope everybody remembers what do you mean by scalar quantities. Quantities which are described by only magnitude are scalar quantities like work, distance, etc. But quantities which are described by magnitude and direction, those quantities are called as vectors. Example, you can take displacement, then velocity, and many more. So quantities which require specific direction as well as magnitude are called as vectors. Similarly, in mathematics also we have the same vector. Now, to differentiate a scalar and a vector, we represent a vector by a bar. Previously we used to say that line segment AB, correct? But if I put a bar, or if I put an arrow, it becomes a vector. So if I say AB arrow, it means A is my initial point, B is my terminal point, and this is vector AB bar. So if I am writing vector, it means I need to show the direction also. A is the initial point, B is the terminal point. So when we write vectors, we write AB bar or we write AB arrow. Always it is mandatory to represent vectors by bar. If you are writing about vectors and are not mentioning bar, you will get 0. Okay. Now since I have told that vector also has a magnitude means its value. If I say displacement, it is 5 meters, 7 meters, so that 5, 7 indicates magnitude. If I want to write magnitude of a vector, I will write AB bar ka modulus. If I talk about modulus of that vector, it indicates magnitude. Or also I can write simply AB. Either I write AB bar ka modulus or I simply write AB. Both means magnitude. Okay. So now vectors can also be classified into various types. First one is zero vector. Zero vector का मतलब क्या है? A vector whose magnitude is zero. A vector whose magnitude is zero is called as a zero vector. Then unit vector. A vector whose magnitude is 1 unit. A vector whose magnitude is 1 unit is called as unit vector. That is also denoted by a vector के ऊपर टोपी, a cap. If I put a triangle or cap on a vector, it directly indicates that the vector is a unit vector. What we say? Vector is a unit vector whose magnitude will be 1. Whose magnitude will be 1 and here magnitude will be 0. Magnitude will be 0. Okay? Then we have coterminous vector or coterminal vectors. You know the meaning of the word coterminous? Two vectors having same initial point are called as coterminal vectors. Then we have equal vectors. Two vectors are said to be equal if their magnitude as well as direction are same. That is, modulus of A bar should be equal to modulus of B bar and the direction also should be same. Then they are called as equal vectors. Okay. And next we have negative of a vector. Suppose I say that this is my A bar. This is my A bar with magnitude 5. If I can draw a similar vector in opposite direction of same magnitude, then it becomes minus b bar. So here I can write a bar is equal to minus b bar. A bar is equal to minus b bar. Okay. And next we have collinear vectors. Two vectors are said to be collinear if they are having the same point in common, and if I talk about collinear, see, this is OA and this is OB, I can say. Now see, there is a vector OA bar over here and there is a vector OB bar over here, such that all three points are lying on the same line, or two vectors are sharing a common point. Two vectors are sharing a common point such that they can be written in a straight line, and that vectors are called as collinear. We will focus on this more later on when we move on to the exact representation of vectors. Okay. Then next we have free vectors. If I can shift the vectors from one place to another without changing its magnitude and direction, then those vectors are called as free vectors. Okay. I think one more is left, that is localized vector. Next is localized vector. If I fix the initial point, I am fixing the initial point and I am changing the magnitude. Just a second. If I just fix the initial point, then such vectors are called as localized vector. If I fix the initial point, then the vectors are called as localized vector. Okay, clear? Now let us learn the next part, that is how to add two vectors. Addition of vectors. You all are familiar in physics with the law that is called as triangle law. If I am correct, you have studied in the second chapter itself triangle law. The triangle law gives the addition of two vectors. Correct? How it is given? If I represent the sides of a triangle as vector, let A bar be one of the side of a triangle, let B bar be another side of the triangle, then I can say that this vector from here to here represents the addition of two vectors. If I say this red line is C bar, then triangle law says that my C bar should be equal to A bar plus B bar. If vectors are represented by sides of a triangle in such a way that the end point of first vector, this is the end point of first vector, is the starting point of the second vector, in the third segment starting from the initial point and ending at the final point represents the addition of two vectors, that is A bar plus B bar is nothing but C bar. A bar plus B bar is nothing but C bar. Okay. Now we can also do this for subtraction. We can also learn this for subtraction. So say if I draw A bar over here, if I draw B bar over here, what about this? What do you get about this? Yes? Think over it and you tell me the answer, okay? Afterwards, think over it and tell me the answer. If I draw like this, A bar plus B bar, again ये addition ही आएगा. A bar plus B bar is equal to C bar. What will you get? A bar plus B bar is equal to C bar. Now we'll learn what is subtraction and what is scalar multiplication. Let's learn subtraction of vectors. So what will I do, children? I'll draw this diagram again to understand subtraction. Let's replicate this. So see, this is my A bar, this was my B bar, so I was getting this as C bar, which was A bar plus B bar. Now what I am doing? I am drawing negative of vector B bar. What I am doing? I am drawing negative of vector b bar. तो ये माइनस b bar हो जाएगा क्योंकि I am drawing in opposite direction with same magnitude. Correct? Then I can say that this c bar, if I talk this as c bar or d bar, then this d bar will be again triangle law a bar plus minus b bar. Therefore d bar is equal to a bar minus b bar. Understood? Clear? And next we have scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication. If I say a bar is one vector, then I can also have k a bar, where k is nothing but a number which is multiplied to a bar. It means I am increasing the magnitude of a bar. Scalar multiplication means I am increasing the magnitude of a bar. Okay? Now, depending on addition, subtraction, there are certain laws. You are already well known with this. First one is commutative. Again, vectors is a new branch, so we need to learn the laws once again. For commutative, I can say that a bar plus b bar is nothing but b bar plus a bar. A bar plus b bar is nothing but b bar plus a bar. Then we have associative law. What the associative law says? That is a bar plus b bar plus c bar is nothing but a bar plus b bar plus c bar. Okay? Then we have, this is all you have learned, so I'm going a little bit fast. Identity law. What is identity law? If I add a vector with 0, I get the same vector. If I add 0 to a vector, I get the same vector. This a bar is called as identity vector. This is called identity vector. Then we have your famous and favorite law, I think, distributive law. Next we have distributive law. That is a bar. For distributive law, we'll learn later on. Okay? We can learn for scalar. We'll learn in much more detail further when we learn vectors in detail. So if I say m times a bar plus b bar, m scalar hai, this can also be written as m a bar plus m b bar. M a bar plus m b bar. Okay? Now, next very important law is linear combination of vectors. 100% sure that one sum definitely comes from this. Linear combination of vectors. Okay? Suppose I have three vectors a bar, b bar, c bar. Also say, let us say r bar. I have four vectors a bar, b bar, c bar, r bar. If I can express r bar as x times a bar plus y times b bar plus z times c bar, where x, y, z are scalar numbers. What are x, y, z? Scalar numbers. If I can represent r bar as x times a bar plus y times b bar plus z times c bar in a unique way, then r bar is a linear combination of a, b and c. Then r bar is a linear combination of a, b and c. Example, I want to write 50 rupees as linear combination. How can I write? 2 times 20 plus 1 times 10 rupee come note. So r bar is expressed as x a bar plus y b bar. I can write, hence it is linear combination. So it is a linear combination. Clear? Understood? Any doubts still here? Sure everybody? So we have learned about linear combination. Now we will learn about collinearity and coplanarity of two vectors. How to check whether the vectors are collinear or coplanar, and then we move on to actual representation of vectors and the further sums on that.